Hello, this is Conrad von Supertramp, and welcome to the adventures of Conrad von Supertramp, the quest for excellence. In version 1.0, our cybernetic hero, Conrad von Supertramp, came up with some ideas about what earning a living ought to look like, what living for your living should look like, and came up with some ideas that, again, in Conrad's personal opinion, are pretty cool, and explain what we run into, and I'm going to share those with you and talk about those a little bit, and you can see what you like. And this is the University of Freedom of training out there. So when I was trying to create a business solution to my challenge of not being able to work anymore based on the parameters that were out there and the health that I had, so I needed to adapt. I said that everybody starts at a point and then sets a goal. That was my goal. Find a solution to my employment problem. But the process of getting there is not just a straight line. You don't just, bam, you're right there. Okay, I want to get there. Oh, tomorrow I took a step and I'm there. No, it's a principle called, I found out from Chris Brady and Warren Woodward and some other great leaders, that that's considered delaying gratification. I didn't know how to explain that before I met them. But anyway, I had the theory. So we go on our timeline and we see that it's an uphill battle, right, to get to your goal. And then you start moving along towards your goal and things are good, or you hit the goal and then you just kind of flatline a little bit, was how I'd explain it. And then you get to another point and then you kind of hit the wall of frustration where you're just like, I'm just going forward because I didn't have a clear enough vision of where I was going to go after I hit that goal. So we start to actually slip and move backwards on our timeline and actually start going back to where we were before we set the idea to get up here, right, and to hit our goal. So I would say that you then have to review, go back to where you started so that you can move forward and do it all again. And you got the cool Conrad von Supertramp logo of managing your hats and learning how to manage the different hats, because each of these little dots could represent a different part of your personality, your work personality, your home personality, your family personality, and all that. So what I want to do is adapt this to the life training and the system of training that I am now a part of, that has come about since I started my journey, and I'm so blessed to have stumbled into it. I'm so thankful for people like Joe Clark and Larry Cheatham for helping me see my dreams come true, because really that's another big thing of what we teach. If you have a dream, eventually it will come through if you work at it steady every day. And we're going to talk about that process, that dream, struggle, victory process that they teach in my University of Freedom format, which is adapted to them: plan, do, check, adjust. So that was just so exciting when I'm like, wow, here's some guys that get it, that see what I see. Maybe don't see it told like this, right? But I'm not crazy. What I'm teaching could actually work for people, because Warren was just voted the #1 leadership guru by the International Association of Business Professionals, on the list of people like John Maxwell and Colin Powell and these other influential leaders out there. So, wow, man, me, of all the people in the world, this crazy guy who had this weird idea of writing a book to change the world, actually came up with some stuff that makes sense to people that are fantastically phenomenal leaders. That's a pretty humbling feeling, to know that you, at least mentally, walk with giants like Chris and Warren. And now, because we're Supertramp and I'm willing to adapt and give up my ego and, oh, but I did all this, and give the credit where the credit's due, these guys have perfected what I just thought of was a good idea, and actually kind of stole from people like them. I just went out and read books that I could get from the library, and I went to this. Information is free. You're using free information right now. You chose to look at this, right? But I learned a lesson along the way that sometimes you need to invest on some specifics and get some quality information and have that pre-selected by a group of people that are of like mind, or similar mind anyway. So that's kind of what we're doing, and I'm just explaining what life does for me and living life does for me, and sharing it with you for free on the internet, because that's something that's fun for me to do, and I get a charge out of doing this. So this is plan, do, check, adjust, the Conrad von Supertramp method. Thank you for attending the University of Freedom, and have a great day. Now I get to do the awkward shut the camera off thing that everybody enjoys.